join my channel, or whatever you call it, on YouTube. I've been playing Captain America for about a week exactly now. Give you a rundown of my stats. You will notice got defense pierce maxed, PvP damage decrease maxed. My PvP damage, I had my card set up so he was maxed or near max. That's rolled down to a 20. My crit damage decreases up. PvP damage is down to 20 so that I could get crit damage up closer to max. I will show you why. I talked about doing a attack formula video. This is it. Alright, so this is the attack formula. Big shout out to Claire Eve. She's on the main official Marvel Future Revolution server. She came up with this, as far as I understand. She did give me permission to do a video about it. I don't know why that popped up in the middle. I got my phone on Do Not Disturb. Hopefully that's not going to continue to be an issue. Anyway, looks pretty daunting. But the simple takeaway is you got your attack. These are all multipliers. Multiply until you get down to PvP decrease. Alright, so everything above and to the left of this point here is all multiplying your attack. Pretty straightforward. Everything to the right and below this, you get your big attack number decreased by 75%, and then you get it's reduced by the defense, and then reduced by 0.5 if you're in PvP. Now, the attack is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I'm going to revisit that, but right now, I went over this, and I kind of tried to simplify the defense formula so that it makes more sense to people that aren't insanely good at math. Like, I'm not insanely good at math, so hopefully I can, yeah. Alright, so this top line here, this is copy-paste what the defense line looks like. Alright, you got 1 divided by 1 plus defense times buff defense times pierce divided by 25 times attacker level. So I'm going to simplify that out for you. I'm trying to do this all from my phone because my PC is down right now. Alright, so trying to simplify. Let's go the easiest first. 25 times attacker level. Max attacker level is 120. Let's face it, you're really not concerned about fighting anyone in PvP that's under level rank. It's rare, you're not going to see it. So 25 times 120, that's 3,000. We can add that right to the formula. The second number we're looking at is defense pierce. Defense pierce is a value between 0 and 75%. So, going back to the formula again, you're looking at 1 minus defense pierce. So that's going to give you a value between 0.25, and 1. I should put this in a Word document or something. Alright. Alright. So, yeah, so your Pierce value is 1 minus a number that's going to be between 25 and 1. Because, to go back to the formula, this is annoying. Please bear with me. Yeah, 1 minus Pierce. So you're looking at 1 minus 75%. 1 minus 75% is 25%, or 0.25. 1 minus 0, that would be if you have no defense Pierce. Your defense Pierce value is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So your defense Pierce value is going to be a number between 0.25 and 1. So the defense formula is defense. You can add in there times buff defense. That's another multiplier. But not many champions run buff defense, and I don't recommend it. And I don't think anyone recommends it, and it just doesn't do it any good. But you can multiply that in here. The main thing is the Pierce value, defense times Pierce times 3,000. Alright, got that open. Alright, here we're doing the math. Alright, so we take that simplified formula. You got your first number, that's your defense. Second number, defense Pierce, we're assuming 75% max defense Pierce, divided by 3,000. That's for the level cap, little deal. Alright, so we could play around with these numbers, and I know spreadsheet is kind of easier to do this, and then you don't have to visualize the math, but I can just show you a simple example. We're assuming 15K defense, 75% defense Pierce, which gives you that 0.25 multiplier, divided by 1,000 gives you 1.25. That, if we go back to the formula, that formula line is 1 divided by 1 plus the number that we just had. So 1 plus 1.25. So we're looking at 1 divided by 1 plus 1.25. 10. Gives us a that's actually not the correct way to type it out. Now, alright, this is where I'm going to say I don't know that it's actually supposed to add the 1, but anyway, 1 divided by 2.25, the way the formula says, gives you a 0.40 or a 0.4 multiplier. You're basically reducing that attack by 40%. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully that helps some. Now, what if you don't have defense Pierce? Then your defense Pierce value is going to be 1, because you're not reducing defense at all. Gives you a 5. Alright, let's go back to the other calculator. So we're dividing 1 by 5. Actually, 1 by plus the 1 is 6. Instead of your attack doing 40% damage because of the defense pierce versus attack, you're now doing 16% of your damage number. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't come up with the formula. I'm not 100% sure if you actually do add 1 on that. I didn't check the math. But the fact kind of remains, 40% damage versus 16% damage, you can see that relation. You want the defense pierce. The defense doesn't act as like a flat value that it's taking, 25 K off of an attack. It takes a percentage, and defense pierce reduces that percentage that defense takes off. So to kind of simplify it again, even more, the higher this number right here is, like you're dividing 1 by this to get your damage reduction from defense. Okay, the higher this number is, the more that reduction is, and the less damage you're gonna do. So if you've got 25, or not 55, 25K defense and no defense pierce, that number is going to be an 8.33. That into your calculator, and your attack is now only going to do 10.07. It's basically 10, you can round it up to 11%. So adding 10K damage, or 10K defense, you're without defense pierce, which is unlikely. You're going to take only 6% off of an attack for 10K defense. That, it is, 6% is still substantial. It's still like it's still a stat, but you're not likely to face an opponent with no defense pierce. If they're running max defense pierce, which I recommend everyone runs max defense pierce. I don't know why that little formula got messed up there. Alright, so assuming 25K attack, max defense pierce, the level, that gives us 2.08. 1 divided by 3.08. That you're reducing the attack by 32%. So you're talking just having your defense pierce maxed. That's going to increase your attack damage by a good bit. We can actually do the math. Here, minus, what was the 0.107. Look, you got a 21, almost 22% difference in attack. And yeah, in case everyone forgets math, to convert a decimal to a percent, it's, your anything after the decimal point, though the first 2 numbers is your percent numbers. And anything behind that, you put the decimal behind that the 1 there. Anyway, so that's your defense. That's why defense Pierce is important. I purposely did the hard stuff first. And is it really necessary? I mean, at this point, I think all the higher tier, higher level players know that defense Pierce is really, really important. It is the single biggest percentage adjustment on attack. All right.